What up, YouTube? Get over here! It's your boys, Detroit Love, P-Dubs Arcade Love, Michael B. the Game Genie, and Nostalgia with another episode of the Super Game Room Dudes. Friday night just got live.
All right, guys, I got to tell you something, man. Big shout out to Nostalgia. He's been working out, hitting the gym hard, and what do you know, guys? Take a look right here. He's right beneath me. Nostalgia, you've done a great job. You've lost a lot of weight. The haircut is looking slick. The beard is nice and trimmed. Well done, Nostalgia.
Michael, what is he talking about? I just cut out the bananas in my diet and I'm fine.
It's crazy. Like your skin color actually changed as well. Do you have that, like, what is it called, Appalachia? That Michael J.
That's
Fox
exactly
had?
what. That's exactly what I have. Exactly.
Michael Jackson.
Michael J. Fox. That's a different thing. That's this Parkinson's.
Michael Jackson.
Not what I have. Doesn't affect the skin tone. No.
Well, our apologies, everyone. Nostalgia could not be here tonight. He double booked himself for the show. He had the show scheduled, as well as a very, what he said to me was a very secret internet heist that he had to take part in. Something about robbing some international bank, Fort Knox, something like that. I don't know. But all I know is Nostalgia's occupied tonight. But 19K Fox answered the call, the last minute invitation, so we could fill up our screen with 4 dudes. How you doing, Fox?
Good, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Good. And of course, you're watching the Super Game Room Dudes, your favorite Friday Fun House. I'm your host, P-Dubs. With me, as always, Detroit Love and Michael B. the Game Genie. Gentlemen, how are you?
What up, what up? You know how to do it.
I love that. You nailed that intro today, Carl. You nailed it. How about a big shout out to Carl? That was awesome. Mike, what's up, Mike?
Oh, not much. I've been sick. I've spent most of the day asleep.
All right, hang on real quick, guys. Before we get the show started proper, we have to say who's hot, who's here. To everyone in the live chat, we got.
So we're gonna, no, hold on. We're gonna tell people in the chat if they're hot. Is that what you said? We got to tell people
if they're
who's
high.
hot?
We want to see who's high.
Say hi.
Yeah.
We have to say hi to the people.
Oh, we want to say hi.
Sorry.
All right, here we go.
Okay. Here we go. Al's here, Apex here, Quartercade's here, Hollywood Polo's here, the Qbert Tron is here, C Smart the Scent Entertainer is here, and he smells lovely tonight. Endless One Up is here because he has a whole sock full of quarters. Pitbull's here, Wolfenose is here, ow! Zero Hero is here, Glenn's Retro Show is here, the Quartercade is here, Alfred's here, Conti's here, One Up, Kyle's here, Bill's Retro Gaming Show, Sulpris, Adam, Callum, Conti, Paul, Minderman. Okay, got through as many as we could in one breath, guys. What's up, dudes? What's up, dudes? All right, guys. So the Quartercade, guys, this dude's high energy. I don't know if our show can contain him. He really wants to come on. He wants to come on for 30 seconds. Should we let him audition for the Super Game Room Dudes for 30 seconds? Let us know in the live chat. Do you guys want Quartercade to do a live audition to be a member of the Super Game Room Dudes? Press 1 in the chat. If he should take a hike, give us a 0. We'll let the live chat decide if you guys want to see this guy give it a shot. He's been asking me for weeks for an opportunity. And who am I to hold back somebody from achieving their dreams? Let us know in the live chat. If anyone's going to hold him back, it's going to be the live chat by hitting 0.
or Nostalgia. Nostalgia's the kind of person that would hold him back.
All right. Well, Quartercade, I hope you got a I hope you got like a microphone and a webcam and all that. I'm going to throw an invite in the live chat here.
There's a comment there from Paul Minderman. Can you bring that up?
Let me find it. Paul Minderman. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Hang on. Wow, the chat's flying. We're high. This?
No. It's in the voting area.
Oh, wow. What do you say?
He said 1. I mean, it can't be worse than Nostalgia.
That is so true.
That's a great point.
That is so true. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to throw it's in the live chat. Quartercade, call in, baby. Let's see what you got. Let's see if you got the stuff.
If they'll let me on the show,
we'll have the audience vote to see if he'll ever be allowed back on the show. No pressure, buddy. No pressure, buddy. Okay, well, we're waiting for him to call in. Let's kind of dive into some arcade and gaming news and information. So I have been going back and forth on my channel about this. I feel like I've had Tourette's syndrome, and I gotta get this. I gotta get to share this with you guys here. I gotta get this off my chest. So when we take a look here, so this right here is Glenn's brand new version 2 arcade spinner, push-pull spinner for your arcade 1-up-tron cabinets, or it's predominantly made for you to use it in your own DIY custom MAME type cabinets, etc. However, it is compatible with the arcade 1-up cabinets. Now, if you have a version 1 of this spinner, it is not compatible with the arcade 1-up-tron cabinet. It'll never work because you have the wrong version. If you have version 2, which just came out, this version is compatible. I've had viewers screaming at me, sending me emails, commenting on my videos. When I posted this on my community post saying, hey guys, it just arrived, I'll make a video for it. I've had people screaming at me saying, I have it, I tried to install it, and guess what? It doesn't work on the Tron cabinet. So after talking to those viewers, I find out one guy had the version 1 spinner, which came out months ago, so he had the wrong version. And then I find out the other guy, there's a very important step, guys, a very important step. You have to take this spinner, and because it has a USB cable attachment, you have to connect it to your PC first, either your PC or your laptop. You have to download the Thunderstick software, and there's a little button on there that says enable. And you click this little enable button, and it'll enable the push-pull function, which will be compatible with the arcade 1-up-tron cabinets. People who have had the version 2 spinner, if they forgot to enable that feature on their PC prior to installing this in their cabinet, the spinner would spin, but the push-pull feature wouldn't work. Well, as long as you do that step, it's going to work. And yes, I tested it myself. And yes, I filmed it. I just got to edit the video. I'll probably get the video posted for you guys bright and early tomorrow morning in case you need a visual aid. But big shout out to Glenn's Retro Show for once again giving us arcade quality without the arcade price. What do you guys think about that?
I just wanted to make a comment. I also did not do the update on my wife's Thunderstick, and it did affect her push-pull function, and I needed a visual aid to help myself.
You need a visual aid. And look at Glenn's winking. I'm sure Glenn has been getting the questions as well from people. But that happens, right? That happens, right? Let's play Scorn on Game Pass. Has anyone played Scorn real quick? I haven't. I haven't even heard of that. What is
I
Scorn?
don't know what he's talking about. Obviously, he works for Scorn.
All right, here we go, guys. All right, let's get the comments off the screen. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me pull his channel up, too. That way we can give this kid a plug because he's been working hard. The Cornercade has arrived. He's backstage, guys. Are you guys ready to grill him and put him through the ringer, see if he's good enough to be a super?
Oh, hell no. I'm just a guest. I'm just... Do your thing, guys. Do your thing, guys.
All right, I'm drinking. I'm pulling up your channel. Hang on back there. Let's see what this guy does. This guy's high energy. This is why I originally started following his channel. Hang on one second. All right, here we go. You guys ready? Ladies and gentlemen, the Cornercade. What's going on, brother? How are you?
What's up, guys? What's going on, yo? T-Dubs, Carl, Mike B, Fox, I love you guys. Thank you for having me on.
Well, thank you for all the late night phone calls, standing outside my window, the direct messages, the PMs, the letters in the mail, as well as the cutout magazine articles and pictures, all requesting to be on the show. I figured I had to, not just to help you out, but out of fear of my own safety.
That's true. That's true. I really do appreciate it, guys. I know I've been bothering you, all of you guys, messaging and all of your videos and live streams, but I really do appreciate you guys having me on. Super excited. Just breaking news kind of thing. I'm going to be getting MVC 2 tomorrow, so
okay.
Cross my fingers on that one because I know if you guys have followed some of my videos, our UPS drivers aren't very trustworthy. They've stolen 2 of my cabs, unfortunately. So. Fingers crossed on this one because MVC 2, as we all know, is a hot commodity. So I couldn't do an in-store pickup for Best Buy. Everything showed up as delayed. So I know much of you guys are probably going through the same kind of issues. Fox, I know you just recently had those issues like I did. It was pretty bad stuff. So, but yeah, hopefully we get that. Go ahead, Mike.
Can I ask you guys a question? Did anybody see that video by 19K Fox, whining and complaining about not getting...
What a baby.
What a baby. What an absolute baby.
Grown man crying.
Mike, your microphone's doing that
But
thing.
of course, I'll say, to be fair, I did have a disclaimer at the beginning of the video. So,
It's doing what thing? He does?
It's doing that popping thing like your connection's loose.
Yeah.
Your microphone's jacked up. Unplug it, plug it back in.
Speaking of mics, how's mine sounding?
You sound far away. If you want to be on the Super Game Room, dudes, you got to get yourself a microphone, a laptop.
You got to be
or something,
super.
man.
Guys, hey, honestly, can you message me? I will get all the equipment. I work at Best Buy. I'll get a tripod. I'll get the boom mics. I'll get everything that you guys need me to get that set up, because that'd be super cool. I've been itching to do this, so I'm really happy that you guys actually sent the link and got me aboard there. Also, guys, hey, real quick too, I know you guys got a show to go here, but this is where the neon cornercade sign is going to go tomorrow. We're getting that installed, so that'll be pretty cool too. Yeah,
Nice.
super hyped about that.
Are you telling me, no, is this real neon? Is this LEDs? What is it?
No, this is. I think it's an LED. It's something that I wanted to be able to adjust. So the Gobi lights that I have in my room, I actually have these at 50% right now because I do like it a little bit dark. I don't need to be blasted with lights everywhere. But this is one that I can turn down just because, like, over here is where we're gonna be. So I got this whole blank wall that can fit like 4 more cabs on. So if I'm right over that, I know the neon lights can get really bright. So I didn't want to affect gameplay. So
now,
Absolutely.
what is it's kind of funny that you come on our show and you don't even introduce yourself. Like, what is your first name?
okay, so I'm Danny.
It doesn't matter what your name is. Oh, got it.
You got
it.
it.
Yeah.
Got
What's your first name?
Okay, so I'm Danny, and my wife's Katie. My wife's kind of shy. You only see her in a couple videos, but shout out to her for actually letting me build an arcade in our house. I know a lot of you out there, if you have girlfriends or wives, they're kind of looking at you like you're crazy trying to buy all these cabs and stuff like that. But she's been very supportive of what we did, and I actually did this because we have 2 kids. We had 2 kids during the pandemic, and we don't have a lot of family support, so we couldn't get out and go to like dates and stuff. I know you guys went to an arcade recently, the Galloping Ghost, and you all met up in Chicago. That was super cool. We have one I'm from Milwaukee, so Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And
Danny, stand still. Don't
sorry.
Yeah,
I'm gonna. Okay, so so we have a place called Uptown. It's Uptown Milwaukee, and they're also located in other states. So I don't know if you guys want to check them out, but they're pretty cool. They have it's all the arcade games, and then they have like a pizza place and 2 bars in it. So that was one of our favorite date places, but we only got to do it a couple times, and then we had kids. So me and my wife said, hey, if we can't go to the arcades, let's bring the arcades to us. And thank God for Arcade 1UP for like putting out product, albeit I know they got problems, but putting out product that we can actually like enjoy and bring the arcade to us. So our kids like it. My daughter's 2, my son's 9 months, and he loves to like hit the joysticks and stuff like that. So it'll be super cool when they get older to kind of build the arcade and expand it. So.
All right, Danny, couple quick rapid fire interview questions from everyone on the panel to see if you can be a regular on the Super Game Room, dudes. For starters, your wife Katie, has she heard of me?
P-Dubs, yeah, I mentioned all you guys to her, so for sure.
All right, so she's heard of me. Okay. And who is her favorite Super Game Room dude?
Oh, I mean, Mike B. She loves Mike B. I'm gonna tell you why real quick.
Well, all good things come
Great
to
see you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yep, sorry, Danny. Out. Man, we didn't even get to question number 3, did we?
That's rough.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I won't do you dirty. I won't do you dirty like that.
And buddy, she loves you because of that Canadian accent, man. The way you say Marquee is great. I love it. We'll play all your videos all the time. She loves it. Yeah, she loves it.
Yeah. All right, guys. What questions? Fox, throw something at him. Let's see how good he is.
Oh wow. Let's see. Let me guess. Let me just something current, something recent. What button do you have to push? What start button do you have to push to get back to the main menu on NFL Blitz?
Isn't it the live button? You just hold that down?
Oh my God, he's even worse than me. Sorry, fail.
Man, he's only 1 for 3. He's only 1 for 3. Okay.
Swing and a miss. Come on.
You got to hold down the player 1 start button, which Fox got wrong in his video today. And
we said we wouldn't talk about that.
All right.
You're right. I did a review. I don't know if you guys saw my Blitz review, but I was really confused as to why they went back to that method. They had the live button.
There's no rhyme. There's no reason. Makes no sense.
No, yeah.
Okay. Detroit Love.
I have a question. I see your game room there as you spin to make me dizzy here. And so I see a lot of games. Which one is your favorite? Which one is your favorite game? Which one gets the most play from you?
To be quite honest with you, I fell in love with Yoga Flame right when it came out. The form factor was excellent. Coming from that Swan design, I thought that was great. But the Yoga Flame blew it away. I can't wait for MVC2 to come out. Killer Instinct gets a lot of play. I don't know why. I love the intro. I love just saying Ultra Combo, all that stuff. Blitz right now, believe it or not, gets a ton of gameplay. It's a really good one. If any people have asked me like, hey, NBA Jam or Blitz hands down for me. Because NBA Jam, you just go to the hole, kind of dunk it. It's kind of repetitive after a while. It was a classic. We all played it when we were a kid. Blitz, there's a little bit more just variety in that. So,
okay. And Michael B., what question do you have for Danny here before we cut him loose and get the show started proper?
Yeah, sorry guys, I didn't know I interrupted.
No, it's okay.
I had a good question, then I lost it. What's the best arcade one-up cabinet ever built?
I mean, everybody's gonna say this one, right?
He's
good.
He's in.
Not bad at all. Good.
But Danny's not going to say that. So which one is?
Oh, man, I mean, I love them all. I play them in my arcade. To be quite honest, with you. I don't want to be that guy that like loves everything, but it is what it is. I love Atari Star Wars. It is nice. So.
Oh, I do have one other question.
Mike,
do you have a furnace?
Is it me or is Mike's microphone jacked up, or is it just me?
It's totally jacked up.
It's gotten out a little, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Mike. I'm sorry, Mike.
How about now?
No. Try and exit and come back.
You son of a bitch. All right. Very quickly.
Exit, reboot.
Very quickly, before I come back. Do you have a furnace in your game room where you be filming the video from? Very important.
No, I don't.
No furnace. All right.
He's in.
All right. Thanks so much, Mike.
Bye, guys.
All right. Thanks so much. Guys, do us a favor. Make sure you check out the Cornercade. I put a link to his brand new YouTube channel. We're always here to support fellow content creators. He's an up-and-comer. He's high energy. He needs to sit still when he's being interviewed.
Hey, once I get the right equipment, the tripod, I promise you the camera will never move.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll send you a list of things to buy, but thanks so much.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on, Danny. It was really nice to meet you.
Take care, guys.
Thanks,
All right.
Danny. Hey guys, so real quick, what that interview remind me of? They had this guy. He does these fake interviews on like TikTok and whatever, and he's like eating food. He's like doing a interview over video at like fast food restaurants, and he's trying to like order his meal while he's doing the interview, and he's messing around with the people. That's kind of what it reminded me of.
Hey, he's been messaging us for weeks. He's been in our live chat saying, hey, I really want to come on the show and just talk, be a part of this for a few minutes. And we granted his dream. Guys, what do you think about Danny from the Cornercade? Should he come back after he gets the appropriate streaming equipment? Put a 1 in the chat. If Danny should, if we not come back, you could put a 0, but.
Put a 3 in the chat if he should replace Michael if Michael's microphone doesn't work out tonight.
He was a good guy. Come on, he was a nice guy.
Mike's mic is doing like this double speed, double time.
Yeah,
like he's talking real fast. Yeah,
Mike's mic. Man,
Mike's mic.
Try and say that 5 times fast.
Mike's mic is tight.
Mike's mic.
Not tonight.
All right, we gotta talk about some stuff here. So let's do this. Let's talk about 19K Fox's favorite topic. All right, so the iiRcade released Blood Brothers in their store today. Oh, here we go. Mic check. How do you sound?
Hello.
Yeah, you're back.
That's my guy.
Normal. There you
Look
go.
who's back.
Back again. Mikey's back.
Michael's back.
Tell a
Michael's
friend.
Look who's back. Look who's back. Look who's back. No.
So did anyone in the live chat, did you pick up Blood Brothers, which was released in the iiRcade game store today? Another one of those TAD games. Same price, $9.99, which I think it's a little high for these TAD games, $9.99 a piece. But then again, it is what it is, I suppose.
What'd you say the name of that company was? Mid Games?
TAD Corporation.
You sure it's not Mid Corporation where all the games are mid?
All right, real quick, we got $10 super chat.
$10 tip. Appreciate you. Fox, saw your video on MVC2 and sorry to hear about it, brother. Arcade 1UP needs to get their heads out with the customer service.
Yeah. Listen, it is what it is. We are all in this fight together. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And this time I'm coming up short. So, but we're going to let this thing ride out. And I'm confident that eventually I'll get my cabinet. I'm just glad that everybody else is getting theirs.
All right. Thanks so much, Fox. So Pliskin says he didn't pick it up. Blood Brothers came out on the iiRcade. Now you play with a joystick and buttons, but this game looks perfect for a trackball. Once the trackball accessory is released, that Glenn's team is working on for the iiRcade. So this definitely looks like a trackball kind of game, doesn't it, Mike?
I don't know about trackball. I mean, honestly, if I was going to find this, I would type into Netflix games like Wild Guns, and this would come up. So, yeah, it's very similar to that. Very similar to Nam 1975 too, and that's played with a controller as well, joystick and buttons. So, I think that is the right way to do it. Maybe a trackball will be fun, but definitely not arcade accurate.
I'm really hoping that they announce some other games and not just ride out the month with no other game announcements besides these. So we'll have to see what they're doing.
Now, I have a question about this game. So once the send-in technology is made available, will this game be compatible or no?
I don't think
I don't think so, because you got to do a lot of tumbling and dodging and moving your character around. It's not like you're standing still and just moving your oh god, what is that called? The cursor,
your stick
for your gun. So to me, this game is more for a trackball. You know what I mean? So play with it. So yeah. But we did get a little bit of good news from iiRcade. If you guys own their product and you've been waiting on purchasing any games, they did announce today that there is going to be a big game store sale on their online sale starting October 21st, which is 2 weeks from now. And let me put this full screen. Let me get this off of here. That way people can take screenshots if they need it. Go ahead, guys. Take your screenshots. I'll keep some comments off the screen. That way you guys, they don't cover anything up.
How'd you get this information, P-Dubs?
It was on Mike's, the iiRcade video today that they released.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's how. Yeah. If you watch the video, apparently it helps.
If you watch the iiRcade video that they released, everyone had access to this information today. And I took a screenshot of it. So we got October 21st is when it starts. They're going to be doing, here's what we do know for certain, is that every week a different, and this is what they said, genre of games will be on sale. So let's just say, for example, if you need an example, let's just say week 1 is shmups, week 2 is fighters, week 3 is platformers, etc. So that's how they're going to do it. They're not doing it by company. They're going to be doing it by genre. Every week there'll be a different genre, and up to 30% off most titles in their game stores. So when they did a big sale like this last year, they cleaned house, man. They cleaned house. There were people who were like, I bought 25 games today, because they were doing a big sale like that last year. So I think it's nice that they're finally doing that. That's what people have been asking for. They've been saying we don't want to pay the full price. Well, there you go. It's on sale. What do we got here, Carl?
Tyler V, $10. Thank you for the tip. At dinner with the wife, but speaking of sending, thanks, Game Genie, and Fox for nudging those guns out there to the public on iiRcade.
I think Mike and I may have made a few videos suggesting, not so subtly, that Sendin could be coming to the iiRcade. And now should Mike and I be given 100% credit for this? Absolutely. It goes without saying. So we are solely to benefit from all of this praise. You're welcome.
That's awesome.
That's pretty good. All right, Mike, what were you going to say about the sale? You excited about it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I don't think people were saying, we want to pay less for the game so much as they want to see more of the Steam model where there are sales coming up, and it's something to get excited about picking up games. So it's cool that they're doing this. It's going to raise a lot of interest in some of the games. And there are some games out there that I know personally that I'm like, ooh, $9.99, where it is a little bit more. But if I can get it for $6.99, $7.99, I might try it out. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward. I've got some fringe games I've had for a while. I'll definitely be picking up.
Oh, like what?
Probably Blood Brothers.
It's on the bubble. Yeah.
Oh, it is. But I love Wild Guns. I love NAM 1974. So this is definitely right up my alley. So I'm excited to play it. I love cowboys and Western stuff too. You show me a cowboy, I show you a man who's going to buy that game.
Good man.
Cool, man. Pretty cool. All right, cool. So, but that's what's going on in the world of iiRcade. Let's pivot over. We're going to come back to arcades real quick. We got to talk about something I would guess you would call this console related. I guess this would be console related. But then again, it's a console made by somebody we all know and love. That's right, guys. Have you heard of something called the Build-A-Cade? Have you guys heard about this product?
You know, I think I have.
What have you heard about? What have you guys heard about the Build-A-Cade? Let us know in the live chat.
I'll tell you one thing. I heard that the guy who made it is a goddamn sexual Tyrannosaurus.
No, Mike Hawk, we don't talk about the Amico here. We don't give two shits about the Amico.
Yeah, you talk to Nostalgia about that.
Yeah. All right, Build-A-Cade, Glenn's Retro Show, guys, right here. The build your own mini 1/6 scale arcade console. Pre-orders are live now, guys. Don't forget to do that. I'll put a link in the live chat that does say for $90. Let's take a peek. And that's for the base. I believe that's just the base cabinet, etc. There's accessories, additional swappable control panels, etc. And how about the fact that all of a sudden I saw in my YouTube feed, my dudes, I saw a video from ETA Prime. ETA Prime covered this thing. It was pretty awesome. And ETA Prime gave it a positive review, which is really cool as well. So hats off to Glenn to getting, that kind of exposure from someone who a lot of us would consider the best of the best in when it comes to retro gaming and emulation type coverage on YouTube. So to get ETA Prime to give it a thumbs up was pretty awesome, Glenn. So hats off to you, my friend. So I'll put a link in the live chat. Nope, I already did put the link in the live chat if you guys are interested in getting it. But get your pre-orders in if you're interested in this product. Base is $90 there, buddy. Glenn's Retro Show even says he heard it's awesome.
Well, that's all the information you need right there. You don't need
I'm sold.
And also, Wild Bill is here. Wagner's Tech Talk put out a review for it as well, so you guys could check out Wagner's review for this product.
So obviously I love Wagner, and what I like so much about Wagner is it's not only just going to be a review that he did on the product, but follow Wagner because Wagner's going to do a bunch of tutorials, and anybody who has trouble with their Raspberry Pi builds or doing anything with the Build-A-Cade, he'll have the best tutorials there, and all you got to do is then write him on Skype and harass him while he's at a dinner, and he'll help you set it up. At least that's what he does for me.
Yeah. So they Glenn also shared their tutorials, their reviews that were on the website right here. Let's take a look. Look at those. Let's get Bill's comment off here. Look at those little mini control panels. They look so cute. You got steering wheels, trackball spinners. No, Glenn, go back. We don't want to see that. We want to see this. Look at those. Come on.
Damn it, man.
All right, here we go. And now we pause it right there. Okay, look at those little mini control. How can you not love it? So I think this is the same size as your New Wave Toys Replicades, if I recall. Yeah. Should have called these, wait for it, Baby-Cades.
No, it's not what they are. Like, I think that what Glenn has done here is very smart. There's obviously a market for the Replicade product, and one thing we don't have right now is a Replicade multicade. There's nobody doing it. Glenn is basically the first person out of the gate for people who like desk shit arcades, putting this out there for people to put the Raspberry Pis in and then load them up with all the naughty stuff. I mean, this is basically why Nostalgia exists. Nostalgia is going to be modding your Glenn's Retro Build-A-Cade 2022, 2023 videos for years.
Hack your Build-A-Cade. Well, this is what the community's been asking for in the 3/4 scale market. Swappable decks. Everybody wants this. They want to be able to have a multicade that gives all the functionality in one big form factor. And this is proof in concept. And I think this looks great. This is really cool. Hats off to Glenn.
Can you take this video off? I'm getting lost in his eyes. I can't watch it any longer.
It happens.
In Glenn's eyes?
Glenn's sexy.
Hold on, wait, hold on. I want to give so if people haven't heard of it, there you go, guys. That gives you a great sense of scale as to what it looks like, as well as Glenn looks like he's a little stoned in this pause shot.
He's all pupils.
Hey man, come check out my baby kid, bro. Oh, it's so cool.
I mean, I definitely like this idea. I love this idea. You know, Glenn is a vertical guy like me. We grew up in the same era, playing the same games. The one thing I've always loved about the Arcade 1-Up community is the third-party accessories, all the options that they give you. And Arcade 1-Up has kind of priced themselves out almost the modding. You still have some people doing some modding, but the cabs are so expensive now. It's almost senseless to mod them.
You have to have $1 million home to buy Arcade 1-Up and mod them.
Yeah, and so this gives this is like a modder's dream right here, you know. And obviously you can fit more of these in your home, and the price is a whole lot cheaper. So I think this is a great move from him. He's still working with these companies, making his products available, but he's branched off and got these smaller cabinets available. I like the idea. I love it.
Well, there's another thing too, where even if like you're probably not going to play the little arcade, even if it's not you, it's a very cool basically case for your Raspberry Pi itself, because it does have HDMI output, and if I'm not mistaken, it also has controller ports that you can put in there, so you can still plug this into a TV and play from it as a case. So it's a very cool case for your Raspberry Pi as a console.
And, you know, Glenn was, when I first started getting into this hobby, he was the very first YouTube channel that I discovered. The very first home arcade YouTuber that I watched was Glenn, then Cool Toy, then others, and it kind of spiraled out of control from there. And now I'm here pushing my own brand on all of you guys every week. But what's great is I love Glenn. Glenn inspired me to be a YouTuber, and this kind of stuff I think is awesome. You know, Glenn puts a lot of time, effort, love, passion into this stuff. And everything that I've gotten from him, I haven't gotten a product that I would say is a piece of crap yet. You know what I mean? So I'm very confident this is going to be a good one as well. Glenn, I will be putting my order in as well for a Build-A-Cade this weekend. So I'm excited to get my hands on one of these as well. There you guys go. Make sure you guys check out the Build-A-Cade. And hats off to Glenn, man. Good for you. Living your dreams. All that kinds of stuff. All right, Michael B., while I'm pulling it up, why don't you tell people about the big news from Zen Studios this week?
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to preface this with the fact that I was really disappointed, because I thought it was going to be some kind of horror-themed cabinet, maybe Elvira, Scared Stiff. So when it came out, I was like, what the? But you told me this is an incredible pinball table. So I'm starting to get a little bit excited, and I can't wait to check it out next week.
Yeah,
World Cup 94.
Yep. So if you guys are living under a rock, so the next Pinball FX game announced by Zen Studios is based on the classic Williams World Cup 94 pinball table. And Fox, if you recall, when we went to that Logan bar in Chicago, they had this game. I sat there playing this game for about, I don't know, close to 30 minutes, because you get addicted trying, if you guys can see, you guys might not be able to see my mouse, but trying to kick your pinball into the goal, and every time goal, and the whole table goes nuts, and the goalie's moving back and forth. The goalie's trying to stop you from scoring. This was a super fun table to play in real life, and I'm actually excited that Zen Studios picked this one and that this one's coming out. Let us know in the live chat, guys. Do you like World Cup Soccer or World Cup 94? Do you guys like this one? Are you guys excited about the choice? Let us know. Me, I'm excited. Go ahead, Fox.
Well, I think it's fair to say that you lost yourself in this pinball machine. And I think that even if you're not big into soccer, the year 1994 was great. We got Wayne's World, we got Ace Ventura, and we also got this great pinball. What?
Your facts are wrong. Wayne's World came out in 92.
Are you sure?
Yes, you might be talking about Wayne's World 2.
Oh, no one talks about Wayne's World 2.
Well, you just did.
I guess I did inadvertently. But anyway, no, I think this was a unique pairing. I guess that's fair to say, you know, but pinball, I'm convinced they can make anything work when it comes to pinball.
Yep. That is true. What do you think about that, Carl?
I'm a big fan of pinball. FX3 has definitely done a great job I like the tables that are more retro. That this is one of the games that would fit into what I like. I don't like when they put too much the modern digital stuff into it, but when they do it mildly like that with the dog juggling things like that, and keep the game as close as possible to the original, those are the tables I like. So this table looks pretty awesome. I'd definitely like to check that one out.
Yep.
Do you have the Pinball FX early access, Carl? I don't think this one's coming to FX3, unfortunately.
No, I don't have FX right. I hadn't. It's getting winter here soon here, so I'll be in more playing pinball.
Yeah,
and so I'll definitely have to check it out.
I know there's a lot of people like I finally gave in and gave Pinball FX a shot, and I put a video out last week saying, "Hey guys, I finally caved and tried it," because I was holding out for it to come to Steam, like when the early access and whatever deal they worked out with Epic Games would be over. And man, there were so many people commenting on my video, Mike. They were all like, "Oh, I'm waiting for it to come to Steam or Xbox or PlayStation or Switch." Like they don't want to play it at the Epic store, right? And I got a ton of those comments where people are just waiting. And the only games I plan on buying, which I said in the video, are the brand new games that are coming out, because they're only releasing them on FX, the brand new games. So games like this soccer game and the Grimm's Fairy Tales, like all those games are the games I'm going to pick up. All the games that they're like remastering and trying to get you to buy for the 90th time, I'm not touching any of those games. Zen Studios has gotten enough of my money. I don't care if the game's been remastered and it's got prettier graphics or different physics. They play fine on FX3. So only the new stuff I plan on picking up on FX. What about you, Mike?
I actually got my Pinball FX startup stuff for free. They reached out to me and they wanted me to do a review. So they sent me like 100 tickets so I could go in and buy it when it first came out and do a review on it. So I've been slowly dwindling down my 100 tickets, and I have been picking up mostly everything except for the last couple of weeks. Like I never picked up Star Wars. I didn't pick up like My Little Pony. I figured that was more of a nostalgia thing, but I will be picking up World Cup 94. Last one I picked up before this was Bride of Pinbot. I like the new Williams tables they're doing, and I'm excited to eventually see this come to Steam and for them to get cabinet mode sorted out and working properly so I can play it on my Legends Pinball too.
And this is PC based, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see here. Esmond Kim, even with loving World Cup, I'm holding out for Steam. Also, never rebuying FX3 tables. I think a lot of people have zero interest in. Well, not a lot of people. I shouldn't say that. That's pretty broad. There's a number of people who have commented on my videos and live chat saying they don't want to rebuy the games we've bought because, dude, I bought the games on PlayStation, on Xbox, on Nintendo Switch, on Steam. I swear to God, the 100 some Pinball FX3 games I've bought at least 4 times, Mike. The entire series, all 400 games.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it again. I'm done. I don't care if it's been
don't
remastered.
Make me do it.
I don't care if it's been remastered. I don't care. I'm not doing it. I refuse.
So the only game I never rebought when it first came out was the Indiana Jones table, because the Indiana Jones table is not available for sale with tickets. It's only available for sale for cash. So I refuse to buy that.
Fox, can you read this and respond to it?
Yes, Mr. Ravioli says, did Loctite make hair gel? Because Fox's hair is looking tight. Loctite, get that man a sponsorship stat. Sadly, there is no product tie-in between hair gel and Loctite so far.
Guys, what you don't know is Fox is actually a member of the AARP, and that's actually Brill Cream.
Who said that? Come closer.
You sound like CP Jason almost when you do that.
That's a rumor. That's not confirmed.
No, the thing I do like about Steam, especially with the FS3 tables, is they do a lot of sales. And I never buy any of those full price tables, even on Steam. I like that they do great sales, and I get to pick them up when they go on sale. Now, is Epic, have they done any type of promotional sales since you've been playing around?
So here's what I noticed with Epic with the pinball. And keep in mind, I always use Steam. Like the only game I have on Epic is the Pinball FX. I have no other games that have been released on Epic except for pinball. I'm a Steam guy. But what I can tell you this, Carl, is when you're in Pinball FX, the more tables you buy, they give you a discount. Like if you buy one table, it's like whatever the normal price is. 2 tables, they knock 10% off. 3 tables, it's like 15% off. Like the more tables you buy, they try and get you and, increase that percentage off the retail price a little bit. Either way, they do this whole ticketing system, which I'm not a big fan of. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
It's very similar to the Nintendo point system back in the day, except that the tickets, it's hard to understand. That's all I'll say. I don't know why they chose this system. Hopefully, when it comes to Steam, they'll have a different system set up, but I doubt it.
How is this different than Shroot Bucks?
It's the equivalent of Shroot Bucks to Stanley Nichols.
Ah, okay. Good to know.
There's free games weekly on Epic? Like anything good, or are we talking like crap games? Let me know, guys. Is it like worth trying?
So the ticket system is sort of like a Dave and Buster's, where you have the card and you have to put money on the card, and you end up having more money than you can play. You have to keep buying more time in order to buy something new, and then you still have something left over. Yeah, I hate that concept.
Yeah. Well, guys, we got to pivot over. We got to talk about, we're going to talk about Arcade 1-Up NFL Blitz upgrades. There have been some good upgrades and some bad upgrades that have happened recently with the Arcade 1-Up NFL Blitz cabinet. One of the main reasons we invited Fox on. And then also on top of that, there's some AtGames stuff I want to catch up on real quick. So, Mike, we're going to talk about AtGames. How you feel about that?
Super duper good.
All right, real quick. You know what, Mike? I was being a little bit of a pain in the butt about this earlier today, but if you want to plug the upcoming event for your Monday show, you can go ahead and do so. I know I told you no earlier.
Well, no, you were a little uncomfortable where it's a sponsored contest because it's not a sponsored contest at Super Game Room, dude. So I don't need to do that.
Yeah, no, you can do it. Mike is going to talk about a sponsored contest that is not sponsored by the Super Game Room dudes. In fact, I declined to participate in this event.
That's correct. I'm doing it. I'm doing it because P-Dubs wouldn't do it.
Michael B is getting my AtGames sloppy seconds because
I will always be AtGames silver medal.
All right, go ahead. But
So,
no, it's a positive thing. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah, so AtGames reached out to me after reaching out to P-Dubs, and they want to do a contest. They want, a community contest done by a YouTuber all around the Legends Bit LCD, and people in the community are coming up with these, like, what is his name? Clinton coming up with these amazing, like, marquee images that are, like, video entitled, really showing their passion for making their arcade look awesome. So they want to do a contest, really recognizing the community's creativity and making the AtGames Legends Ultimate with the new Bit LCD look as cool as possible. So they are putting up $1,000 in prizes. Big prize is going to be the Legends Pinball Micro, and then there's 2 additional prizes of the Legends Quad Play Control Panel. And basically all you have to do is get creative. You're going to be basically creating a it could either be, I think right now, either just be like a regular image, or it's probably going to be video is going to have a benefit if you have something that's got animation, an animated image. And then whatever the most creative marquee, we don't know 100%. We're going to tell you Monday all the details, how it'll be picked. But so anyways, 3 big prizes, and all you got to do is come up with some cool marquee images for your Bit LCD. So thanks, P-Dubs, for the opportunity. Tune in Monday night to Chill and Chat for more information.
All right, so you're looking for people to make custom Bit LCD movie marquees and submit them throughout the next month. And what are the prizes again, Mike? We had I thought you had it in the video here.
I do have it in the video here. I did this really cool animation. Like, this actually took up the most time, if you can find it.
I know. Is it at the very, very end?
It's about right here. Right here.
Right.
Nope.
35 seconds?
There by the microphone.
What?
Here we go.
Happened.
Coming up now.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Other end.
Big prizes. Big prizes. First place. What is first place? A micro pinball machine.
And then 2 prizes, quad play control panel.
And then second and third place get a quad play control panel. That's pretty nice there. So guys, make sure you tune in to Chill and Chat with Michael B on Monday. That way he can show you how to win and all that kinds of stuff. So
what was that last thing? Was that a Thunderstick commercial?
Yeah, we should watch that again just to make sure.
No, that was some roller coaster commercial ad.
Now we know what you're watching when you're not.
You guys are right.
I really have a hard time getting it up unless I'm watching girls on roller coasters. It's the only thing that can help me.
It's a zone. It's a Facebook channel called Slingshot Ride, and they show people's reactions on roller coasters. And I find it hilarious when people are screaming like babies and vomiting on each other.
Yeah,
it's pretty.
I'm a big wimp when it comes to roller coasters. I'm terrified. I'm just gonna fly off.
Yeah,
I used to love them. We used to love them. Now I can care less about them now.
All right, we got to talk. So that's what's going on with AtGames officially. Now, unofficially, there's been a couple of guys out there making some moves. If you guys collect AtGames products, and how about a big shout out to Buy Stuff Store or Buy Stuff Arcades? These guys have been killing it. Like these guys and all the different things that they keep coming up with, such as I recently did the whole gaming box thing. Here, let me go full screen. The yoke and wheel gaming box, which I have connected still to this machine. Like all the cool stuff that they come up with really keeps me wanting to touch my AtGames stuff. You know what I mean? And so, for instance, they just revealed that they have now for your pedestal stand for your Legends Gamer Pro. Mike, you remember you and I did reviews on these, and a lot of people bought these. Oh, yeah. You can now get custom artwork for your pedestal stands through them, and they got a whole bunch of options. You could just get the side. You can get like the sides plus the middle panels, etc. You could also add it to your control panel, right? You can get the whole kit or just do pieces of it for your gamer pedestal stand. I thought that this was really cool and well overdue because the two pedestal stands I have are just black and silver. They're so boring and ugly. And I wanted to show you guys on their Facebook group. Look how freaking good this looks. Look at how good this looks. Tell me that doesn't look good.
That looks good.
That looks really good in my opinion.
The green pops on that. The green looks good.
Yeah, it looks pretty awesome. That's one of my favorite games. And, I did a review. I bought it myself, the stand here as well, the pedestal stand. And I love it. It doesn't get as much play because I really should take it upstairs. So when I'm not down here, it would be more accessible. But if I had it scanned like that, it definitely would be showcased a whole lot more. That is for certain.
Yeah. So, guys, obviously, we would love make sure you guys check out buystuffarcades.com and check out all the accessories that they come up with for your AtGames products. This pedestal stand, the artwork, that looks killer in my opinion.
So the cool thing about this is the story of how this all got started in the first place. Like basically AtGames was having trouble getting their products into Canada, and they needed a retailer to handle like a small shipment to get it in first to work out, I don't know, selling in Canada or something like that. And Buy Stuff stood up and said, yeah, we're going to enable this sale. And it turned into one of the best partnerships I've ever seen in my life, with Buy Stuff just taking the initiative and being like, hey, we're going to design all this crazy stuff that's going to improve the experience. And here we are like 2 years later, and it just keeps coming with hits after hits after hits.
Oh, no, I agree with you completely. Also, they received the quad play control panel, and Wagner's got his too, but I don't think Wagner has done a full review video yet for it. But Buy Stuff Arcades, actually, what you guys want to do is join their Facebook group. They have their own Facebook group. I'll put a link in the live chat right now for you guys if you want to join their Facebook group. They've been posting some exclusive sneak peek photos and pictures of this quad play control panel, letting us know what it's all about, giving us like sneak peeks on the inside parts. This looks pretty cool. I like how the bottom that covers this control panel is 3 separate pieces, right? 3 separate plastic cover pieces covering each section of the control panel. Oh, let me get that off of there. Hang on. That was going to be our next topic, and I accidentally hit the wrong button. Let's go over here. And what's really interesting is, we'll share this screen that they shared this, is if you get the Legends Quad Play control panel, you will notice right here, if you guys can see my mouse, it's on the green, now it's over here. You get an empty port, and this port is labeled trackball. So
Ooh, nice.
So they already showed on their Facebook group, they showed some videos of taking an AtGames trackball, because keep in mind, AtGames does sell their trackball that's compatible with their stuff on their atgames.us e-store, that it's simple plug and play. The center of the quad play control panel pops out, and you can mount the trackball in and plug it in to this port on the PCB board, and boom, you now have a trackball on your control panel. So pretty cool that that's there. So very, very nice. Really happy that they shared it, because I was wondering how the trackball was going to fit in here. Let me see if I could find the actual video of them putting the trackball in for you guys. It was actually very interesting, at least to me, when I saw it. What do you think about all this, Fox? Is any of this going to get you to get an AtGames? Do you have something AtGames, don't you?
Yeah, maybe, sort of. I don't know. I've been really on the fence with some of their products. I had the Core Max that I never took out of the box. I actually gave it away in a live stream. Does that make me a garbage human being? Possibly, maybe. Yeah. I'm okay with it though. I'm living with it. I'm doing the best I can. I have the single player. What is it called? The single player deck.
Legends Gamer Mini.
The Gamer Mini. I have that. I actually really. I don't know what my problem is. I think, and I do have a legitimate problem, because I actually really like that. I really do. I enjoy it, but it's one of those things that kind of sits on the shelf though, because of my other projects, and I don't get around to using it as much as I really should, because the ArcadeNet is actually pretty cool. The interface is
what
sort of easy. I know. I'm a flawed human being, Mike. I apologize, but it's. I mean, it's a different sort of experience, and I like the game selection that's on there. I like the device itself. It for some reason, and I think it's probably my projects that sort of get in the way, I don't really dive into it as much as I should. But I agree with Carl O in the chat. Fox needs an ALP. You're right.
You were at the store. You saw the discounted one.
I know. I sent you the picture. I was wanting the push. I got the push, and I didn't partake.
You got to pick that up. You got to change that tomorrow.
I actually need to really bad. Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Go tomorrow.
It has to. Okay, tomorrow.
You guys.
I will ask you a question, an honest question, and this is the feedback I get from a lot of groups I'm in, because they're always like, "Oh man, I think I bought enough Arcade 1-Up cabinets. I want to buy one now that's going to be a good mod cabinet, and then I'll just play everything else on that." And I'm like, why would you go through the trouble of buying a cabinet and then modding it when you can just buy Legends Ultimate and like that'll do everything you need? And they're like, well, I don't like the way it looks. Is that your problem with some of the AtGames stuff? Is it the aesthetic?
I think it's legitimate. I think when you look at the Yoga Flame, the Mortal Kombat 30th, that body style, that size, that layout is just awesome. But and then Carl, you touched on this before. It's not priced to mod, really. I mean, $500, $600. If I'm going to buy something at that price point, that's tough to mod. It's really tough to mod. So I think that's maybe my tipping point is to sort of go for the AtGames products and give them a real chance. But the look, I gotta say though, the look is kind of garbage. It really is. It's I think they could lock that down. They could angle it, and they could just make it just sort of maybe not as curvy and thin. I don't know. I may not be making any sense. I think they could change that in a way that would maybe be open to more modding potential, because I think you look at that and some people are intimidated with woodwork, and I understand that. That's a lot. It's a lot of stuff going on there. To change the side panels and all that would be a lot. So maybe that's the barrier of entry. But I got to say though, if you're interested in the AtGames products, check out the Gamer Mini. I mean, you can pick that thing up for cheap. I think I got paid $50 or $100 for it. It's actually pretty fun. It's a different experience. So it's worth a shot.
Yep. Sure. And Paul, keep in mind, it's meant to be that way. I mean, these are multi-cades. These are supposed to be commercial multi-cades with the ability to bring your own games and connect more devices and play games your way, etc. Any multi-cade that I've seen out there, like look at what is that? The Beast multi-cade. Does that thing look like any arcade you've ever seen in an arcade? You know, the big Mega-Cade. Does that look like any arcade you've ever seen in an arcade? Multi-cades will never look like any arcade that you've seen in the arcade. The best thing you could do is throw some artwork on it that kind of like give you some good feels when you stare at it. But these companies are not trying to recreate an original arcade. They're giving you a device to play thousands of games on, right? That's what these companies are doing.
But if they did try to recreate an original arcade, I think it would help their sales.
If you go with a generic shape,
so
Dynamo,
they should,
Midway,
so they should do the arcade 1-up business model. Is that what you're saying?
No. The arcade 1-up business model is not the same thing at all.
It's not. But I think that generic arcade shape.
They try to make arcades look like what they used to look like.
Well, that's the art and everything. We're just talking about a traditional shape, coming up with a more aesthetic, good shape. Yeah,
right. Just that shape. Pick one of those generic.
So you don't like the swan backing of the AtGames, the way it's a swan-shaped cabinet. You would rather.
I know it's not. I know it's kind of silly to say that because we're not talking about that. We're talking about the guts. We're talking about the experience and the play and the multi-cadeness of it all. And it is sort of an aesthetic thing.
So
but I think some people, if you're talking about barriers of entry, I think it's a legitimate barrier of entry for some people.
All right. So let's take a look at this, right? So for instance, here's your AtGames right here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So instead of it be looking with the swan shape design, if this thing was like, let's just say it was in more of like the dynamo shape.
Yeah.
But it was the exact same thing. Everything else was the same, but the shape of the cabinet was different. Is that what you're saying? It would be a buy then?
I think it could be as simple as changing the side panels to angle, to take that control panel, angle it, and I think you just make it solid black. I think you get rid of the decals. I think you just make it a solid black cabinet, maybe with some minimalistic AtGames branding, and then let the consumer do what they want to do. If they want to leave it black, stealth, whatever you want to call it. I mean, my iiRcade has it's a black edition, comes with no art on it. You can maybe package some artwork in it. I mean, I thought it was silly at first, but you know what? It's actually a good option for some people that maybe don't want to go with the Double Dragon artwork. I mean, it sort of could be the same thing. And I know it's an aesthetic choice and it's kind of silly, but I think why don't you just remove a barrier of entry? Keep everything else the same, but go with a generic type of shape. I think actually the Midway shape might be the way to go. I mean, I don't know. It's just,
Yeah. So if I was doing it, I would change the side panels and the way the speakers are, and make the speaker panel more angled with a more slanted out marquee. It'd basically be the AtGames Legends Ultimate Gold Edition. Same kind of idea of what they did with the iiRcade. The other thing I would do is 100%. I would take all the game images off the front of the cabinet, throw on like a faux, like what do you call it, faux coin door, like Arcade 1-Up did. I think that'd they did it with the Legends pinball, so it's not something they're unfamiliar with doing. And then the other thing I would do is they've got that new brain now with the Legends Core Max. I would update the memory inside to the Legends Core Max. I know this year was a bad year with retail, but in coming years, like if they could do a slight upgrade, I think they would have a lot of people really interested in picking up a new version of the AtGames Legends Ultimate.
And they've got the 16:9 aspect ratio. They got that's the thing. That's the distinguishing characteristic. That's the thing that will play it all. I mean, really. I mean, you can crop the sides for your 4x3 or 5x4, and you could still have those HD newer games. So I mean, I think that's the thing that stands out. Go with more of a generic cabinet style, but the 16:9, that's the thing that sets them apart for sure.
Another thing I would get them to do, even though people are probably gonna pick it apart like we did with the Legends Ultimate Mini, is if they could do that rotatable screen with the big.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, if they could do that, I think that's bigger model. Yeah. That'd be gangbusters.
Vertical games, outstanding.
So anyways, AtGames, if you're looking to hire new employees, me and Fox are definitely looking at picking up contracts on the side. We'll be open for sessions in the very near future. Check us out.
check them out.
Oh my God, you are hilarious. All right, you know what, guys? It's time for my favorite new weekly segment where Carl, Detroit Love, is gonna show us something absolutely amazing, guys. It is time for Detroit Love's Drive-Thru. So Carl sent this to me today, and this blew my mind. Carl, take it away, buddy. This is your segment. What the hell is the arcade bus tour or the arcade bus rental. What is this?
Yeah,
Arcade One Up.
Yeah, this it's a guy here in Michigan, and he put this bus together. This is a business of his, and I think he has like 9 or 10 cabinets in this bus, and he just drives them. You rent it out by the hour, from 1 hour to 5 hours, and he'll show up at your location, whether it's a home or business. It's about 25 feet long, about 10 feet wide, and you can have a party wherever you are. And it's a pretty awesome concept. I mean, a lot of us have all these cabinets that we purchased, and they're just sitting in our basements. This guy put a business plan together, and is doing it, and it looks pretty awesome. I'm actually meet up with him the next few weeks, and do a little video on him. But that's a pretty cool idea, to take this idea and make a business out of it. That's I give him 2 thumbs up for this effort.
Yeah. Guys, let us know in the live chat. What do you think about this? What do you think about people taking their arcade one-ups and turning them into their own little commercial businesses? This guy's got a tour bus. Now, does the bus stay parked and the kids just come on the bus and play on the bus, or does he actually, or does it drive and these kids fall over each other? Like, what is?
Nope. They ride to a location. You obviously have to have a big enough space from the park, without blocking.
Yeah.
He said his bus is pretty big, so at the residence where he comes, or the business, he may have to block that particular person's driveway, but he don't want to block any other neighbors' driveways and things like that. But it's a pretty cool idea. Now, I've seen people have a business where they rent these out and they take them to you, and leave them with you for how many hours. But this is pretty cool, where you can just drive the bus up, park it, and turn it on. It's totally climate control. It's totally power, so he doesn't have to plug into a power source when he gets to the venue. You just pull up, hit switch, they all come on, and all the kids or grown-ups, whoever wants to play. Yeah, so it's an interesting business concept.
Now, somebody wrote in the live chat, where did they go? One Up Kyle. We love One Up Kyle. He goes, those cabs are going to get destroyed. Here's my thought process on that. Who cares? They're arcade one-ups.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I bet that, some of this stuff is easily replaceable. Like, it's not like your, $10,000 arcade cabinet is like getting destroyed by a bunch of kids. You know what I mean? Like, if my $300 Pac-Man cabinet gets broken, like, I wouldn't care. I'd just go get a new one, right?
Yeah,
it's funny.
It works the same way. Like at our work right now, we had like this really super expensive printer that we got through this company, and it died. And they were like, "Yeah, we want you to buy a new one. It's going to be $19,000." And I was like, "No, I'm just going to go to Staples and buy a $500 printer." And they're like, "Yeah, what if it breaks?" I was like, "I'll go to Staples and buy another $500 printer. I'm in money." So I'm just going to do that. And it'll work the same way with this. So say, for example, you buy a Turtles cabinet for $500. Kids beat the shit out of it.
Oh my god!
Guess what? You're just going to buy another Turtles cabinet for $300 a little while later.
Right,
Carl. Here's what I want you.
Like this has to have insurance, right? So if something breaks, it's insured. You buy another one. No biggie. Go ahead,
Rainwater Games was asking how much does he charge. It was on the website. It was like 1 hour is $300, 2 hours is $400.
Yeah, just
3 hours is $600.
He does hours and a half. So you can do hour and a half, 2 hours, 2 and a half hours.
But if you finish early, you still got to pay for the full hour. That's usually how I've found these things have gone.
I think it's a $250 deposit, a security deposit. So if someone breaks something, like any other business, then you lose your security deposit. But it's a good idea. You get you half up, half down to book it, and then you pay the other half even before he comes. So he has his money even before he shows up. Plus, he has the security deposit to cover any damage. So
I have a great idea, Carl. You need to go meet this guy. You need to borrow this bus, and you need to drive around the country and pick all of us up and film it as one big documentary. Like each of us gets picked up one at a time, and we have to ride in the bus. What do you think, Carl? Can you do it? Can you make this happen?
I doubt it, but
he's like, no. This is like Uber Arcade. I mean, this is a pretty interesting thing. I mean, bring the party to you, bring the arcade to you. I mean, It's kind of a crazy time we're living in now.
All right, we got some Arcade 1-Up stuff we want to talk about. Woohoo! Mike, it's your favorite part of the show. Take your shirt off.
Not again.
All right, guys, I'm going to share something real quick, and then we're going to dive into some NFL Blitz chatter. So I just received today the Intech Gaming Nintendo Switch Arcade 1-Up Pinball Machine control panel. This is for your Arcade 1-Up pinball machines. And what's really interesting about this is AtGames did a video about this when it was in prototype form last year, right? And that video got a lot of views and people kind of saw it. And it was like an overly complex prototype. I think he had to hook up like 6 or 7 motherboards to get this thing to work. But basically what it does is it converts your Arcade 1-Up pinball machine to, it's now a Nintendo pinball machine, essentially a Nintendo Switch pinball machine. So you'll be able to play vertical Nintendo games on the main play field, as well as you'll be able to play all the pinball games you own on your Nintendo Switch, such as Pinball FX 3 games and stuff like that. What I like about this is the fact that the Arcade 1-Up monitor that's included with the Arcade 1-Up pinball machines is capable of 1080p. Yet all the Arcade 1-Up Android games that they've released for all 3 of their pinball cabinets, they're all like jaggy, faded, 720p versions of the games, right? The Nintendo Switch versions of the games are a lot cleaner, colorful, more crisp. They're 1080p. So you'll be able to play those versions of the games. Plus, because it's your Nintendo Switch running this thing, you'll have access to Wi-Fi, online leaderboards, tournaments, all the stuff you're missing out on with the stock PCB. And what I really like about it, of course, is yes, it comes with a joystick and buttons, so kind of like the AtGames pinball machine. If you wanted to play some other kind of games on it, all that stuff. Now, here's what I can tell you: I opened the box today, and it is nowhere near as overly complex as the prototype that AtGames did when he made his video. There's literally just a few things that you need to connect, and you'll be up and running. So I will make. I'll be working on this video on Sunday because I'm booked tonight and tomorrow. But hopefully you guys will check that out, and we'll find out how much this thing's going to cost, when it's going on sale, all that kind of stuff.
You're booked tomorrow. What do you got going on?
I got 2 other.
He's busy.
I got projects I'm working on, Mike.
Don't ask questions.
I'm not going to have time to diddle with this until Sunday. But I've made time. I've set up a block of time to work on this on Sunday. Is that so hard?
No, it's not hard. I just I like, you schedule this stuff.
Yeah, Mike, I'm a very busy human being. So
it's P-Dubs.
Right.
I don't know if you've heard of him.
There you go. All right, Fox.
He doesn't have time to diddle with this.
I don't have time to screw around, man.
Can't be diddling.
For no
reason.
I don't have time.
No,
Thanks.
this looks great.
Yeah, at least Bob cares. No one else cares. Guys, it's going to be super cool. It's going to be super cool.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking about like Dodon Panchi, the vertical shooters on this thing. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be fun.
I concur. I agree 100%.
Yes.
That is going to be awesome. And if you had an ALP, you could do it with their arcade control stick too.
Shut your filthy mouth.
Okay. Fox, what happened today with NFL Blitz and Arcade 1-Up? I figure if anyone was going to rage about what they did today, it would be this guy right here. So go ahead. Raging
has been kept to a minimum since my upset reaction to my Marvel vs. Capcom 2 drama, soap opera, whatever you want to call it. But this was definitely not good at all. So we've been waiting, pining, yearning for some kind of an online experience with Blitz, because that's what we were promised. And when we finally had a glimpse, something, it was incredibly broken. It was nonsensical. The stats they were pulling made no sense. 0%, 100%. It was all over the place. But to be fair, I wasn't the first one to notice this. All these guys over here were texting me and calling me saying, "Fox, wake up! You got to check this out." So they're to blame.
Yeah. So when I saw in some of shut up, stupid dogs. When I saw
I'm barking, I'm nervous.
Not you. It's my dog. When I saw in some of the Arcade 1-Up Facebook.
I believe he's having an attack.
Sorry,
He's telling his dogs how much he loves them very much with all his heart.
I'd yell at the dogs and then over-exaggerate for the purpose of entertainment. All right, let's get back to the meat of this. So when I saw a bunch of people in the Arcade One Up Facebook groups were like, hey, dudes, check it out. Arcade One Up sent out that firmware update. My cabinet's not built yet. It's still in the garage. Haven't had a chance. But I know Fox had his built. So I was messaging Fox. You were probably in bed. Right?
Yeah, it was a little bit late. Yeah, I turned off my, yeah.
So I was messaging Fox. I was like, go turn on your machine.
What is wrong with you? Wake up, damn it. Yeah.
Wake up.
Yeah.
We must know what this is. And look at all this. You guys are going to have a hard time seeing it if you're watching. But all this says literally is anonymous. So basically, in a nutshell, people have been bitching, complaining that Arcade One Up doesn't have any of the online shit up and running on their NFL Blitz cabinets. The online leaderboards, as well as the ability to play each other online. Arcade One Up has ghosted the community. They didn't even announce today that this update was coming out. They didn't say anything that it was coming out.
Nothing.
And they just secretly, late at night last night, push out an update to give us at least online leaderboards, and they're all broken. The whole thing is screwed up. It is absolutely ridiculous. Why did this even get pushed out to the owners? Were they just desperate to give us something? You know what I mean?
I got to imagine that's what it is. But when you start looking at the data, and the great thing about football, American football, is that there's stats just all over the place. You can have like 50, 60, 70 different leaderboards per game because of all the different stats. But the issues that I was finding is that you were having conflicting information. I didn't know what they were pulling this from. They would say that you had 0 wins, but then you had these other information that was contradicting that. It was all over the place, and especially when you play and you know how many teams you've beaten, it was saying 0. I will say this though: I played probably 2 hours ago. It appears that whatever algorithm they're using is updating. So I think as far as Blitz, the first game, not 99 or 2000, but when I was playing Blitz, it seemed like the information was updating. It was a little more accurate. But the biggest flaws that I saw was in Blitz 2000, where the information is just insane. It's like the percentages don't make any sense. It was all out of whack. Now, I will say this, though. In my video, I talk about this. The anonymous thing, I looked into this just a little bit. It's possible, P-Dubs, that maybe they just didn't put in their online name, which is actually, it's an option. So if you don't input a name and you go into the main menu,
but
hit the live button.
But all the scores are jacked up.
The scores are insane, but the name's anonymous. Maybe that doesn't necessarily mean that that's like an issue. It could just be that people aren't inputting their name. But the scores and the percentages and the rankings, it's all kinds of screwed up. It's wrong. It's broken, and it's sad that they push this out. Like you said, push it out, no announcement. And when you wake up and you see this update and you get excited, is this online play? No, it's just a broken leaderboard experience, and it's just sad.
Yeah, so I upgraded at lunchtime as well, and I did a little quick video just figuring out as I was powering up. And so what appeared to me as the anonymous is just that. They were gathering the data for us playing. But if you didn't, they don't have a name until you register, until you put your email in and give yourself a name. So I think it's just gathering the data anonymously from all the users until they actually get on, because obviously no one's on unless they did the update and able to put their email address in and put a name. I didn't see that wild of stats. Now, again, you have to put your initials in when you're playing the game in order for it to record for your account as well. So my stats were super low because, one, I hadn't played a whole lot, and two, most of the games I play, I never put the initials in my passcode, right? Because that's the requirement. So I'm just like, I'm just going to play, right? So I just hit no to saving your name or entering your name. So I think it's those two things. One, you have to enter your name for it to be saved into that pool, into that database, and then two, we're all anonymous until we get this update and put our email in and assign a name to that anonymous account.
Yeah, no, all excellent points, Carl. All excellent points. All right, so are they making progress? Yes. Is it still acceptable? No. Like, is this going to be it though? Remember how John D raised the stink when he said, "We'll let you know what the online experience is going to look like for Blitz." Like, is it just going to be leaderboards only? Is this it? Are we not going to play each other online? Like, where's the official statement? Where's the tweet? Where's the email? Where's the Facebook post? Where's the YouTube video?
Nothing.
Where are you, Arcade One Up? Unacceptable. 100.
Well, that's the problem. Exactly.
One point I made in my video today was I was just looking at one of the stats on Blitz. I think I had like 5 sacks in a game, and the person at the top had 50 sacks in a game. And my point was that's why I hate online gameplay. Because there's going to be people like that if you think about that, 50 sacks in the game, that's ridiculous. That guy is sacking the quarterback every time they move. And again, whether that's a data irregularity,
right.
or it's probably accurate. In this case, now you might have had one with 500 sacks. I don't know. But I'm saying if you're playing somebody online that's that good, you literally can't breathe. As soon as you hike the ball, he's on you. You know what I mean? Right. And that's always my experience with online. That's why I don't care that the online play is not available unless I was going to hook up with Fox or P-Dubs and we actually play each other, as opposed to playing some stranger that is just super incredibly talented in this game. But that's what I got out of it.
Wait. Are you saying like we wouldn't be super incredibly talented?
Not super incredibly talented.
You are,
probably not super incredibly. That's a high bar.
Right. Yeah,
Carl, that statement is 100% factual, and I resent it. No, I can play Blitz. Am I gonna like win the Super Bowl? No, but I can play Blitz. All right, so let's talk about some upgrades. So awesome to see that our aftermarket guys are trying to make these cabinets a little bit better. I think universally, a lot of people agree that your Marquee is washed out. And take a look right here, Retro 530 guys for $37. That's right, $37 before any additions are made. You can get your Arcade One Up NFL Blitz Marquee. Fox, you have this one, right?
I do. I had this one. I did a video this week, and this is kind of the benefit of this new arcade Marquee style is that you're not having to affix something to their lit Marquee, because what you'll find, Arcade One Up has that yellow plastic that the LED light has to shine through, and it's just dim. It's not the greatest in the world. This, you're just replacing literally just the film and then the plexiglass, the Lexan that comes with it. So the cost is a little bit lower, and the results are just, I mean, it's a huge difference. It really is.
Yep. And then whatchamacallit, and then Joe Sabo over at Sabo's Arcades. He's got, this is a full replacement, reverse printed Translight Marquee here. So here's the link for that. His is $40. And one thing we can say, in all fairness, is our boy Laramie at Retro 530 is very fast on the ball when it comes to shipping products. Joe Sabo, unfortunately, he's slow, but when it comes to quality, his quality usually can't be touched. You know what I mean? He's usually usually best in class. Joe Sabo, you could wait anywhere from a month to 3 months to get your stuff. Retro 530, the quality is still really, really, really top notch, and he ships fast as well. So you have options out there, and obviously we want to support all these aftermarket guys because they've made my cabinets so much better over the years. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I was excited to see this. I didn't see this particular one here. I did see the well, this is Sable. I did see Sables. I think it was probably $58 by the time you put shipping on it. I'm not sure what the other, who you said, Retro
530.
Yeah,
530. I'll have to see what the shipping is, because I'm definitely interested, because the Marquee is washed out like crazy.
Oh man, it's bad.
And I'm not really one to worry too much about that, but that Marquee did bug me. Just being washed out, and they seem to use the same grainy, images that they did on the side panels. I just thought it was just silly, but so I am interested for sure in upgrading that. And the only thing I don't look forward to unscrewing the cabinet, because with this cabinet style, it's a little pain in the butt to get
Especially if you whacked it down with wood glue and Loctite. Like, Jesus, you're never
Once
gonna
again, your whore mouth needs to remain closed.
Did you say your whore mouth?
I did. I said that.
Oh,
I will say this, Carl. I've got some people in the comment section because I did this. I'm like you. I take the whole side panel off to get to it. I had some people in my comment section saying that they loosened the top screws and pried the side panels apart, and they took that top panel off. And when you do that, it's just a few screws. Take the top panel off, and you can swap out the marquee that way. I haven't tried that method personally, but that will be a lot less, work if you do it that way.
Now, Bill, as much as I want to support our aftermarket guys, this guy Bill here, 100% accurate point. If they can make the marquee so perfect, like they did on the Midway Mortal Kombat 2 30th edition Legacy cabinet, that marquee is perfect. So Joe Sabo sent me his replacement marquee for the Mortal Kombat Midway 30th. His replacement was exactly identical to the Arcade 1-Up one that came out of the box. There was no difference, improvement in quality, nothing. When usually you could hold up a Retro 530, an Angel Otero Disability Upgrades, or a Joe Sabo marquee, or even an Arcade Game Factory marquee. You could hold those up next to an Arcade 1-Up stock marquee and just see the difference. Like, Arcade 1-Up sucks. This guy does better work, right? His marquee, it looked like it was the exact same thing that Arcade 1-Up sent me in the box. And if Arcade 1-Up could figure it out on one cabinet and make it look perfect, why can't they do that on any other cabinet? It's such a small thing that here a lot of us who are picky, we're spending another 30, 40, 50, 60, $100 on to fix. You know what I mean? Are we just anal, Mike? Because you don't like modding. You don't like modding cabinets.
No, I don't. I don't want to have to mod. I don't think that anybody should have to do things to improve their cabinet after they get it. It should come the way that it should be. So it bothers me, but I am not defending them, but I think the reason why it happens is because Arcade 1-Up don't make these cabinets themselves. They rely on third parties, and they use different third parties. And one company that might have done Mortal Kombat Midway Legacy had better ways to produce those marquees, but yet a different company that made the marquee for Blitz is the shits, and that's what you get. And there's no quality control. That's my guess.
Stringer Films, $2.
We're talking about rhyming here. Stringer Films, $2 tip. Thank you, brother. Are you saying NFL Blitz ain't got enough slits?
It's pretty funny. This right here is the comment of the night. The only thing Arcade 1-Up is consistent at is being inconsistent. That sums up 4 years in a nutshell, in my opinion, by C-Mart, the center tainer. Try and say that 5 times fast. There you go.
Can I respond to Bill L very quickly? I think you misunderstand. No, next one down.
This one.
Yeah, I think you misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's an excuse. I'm saying they don't have any quality control. There should be better quality control to make sure the product they're getting from their vendors is what it should be.
Yep. That's exactly right. You could use different vendors, Mike, but you could, if you had an overarching sort of quality control, quality assurance team that would check this stuff, it wouldn't matter who did what because you could maintain a standard.
Yeah, right.
But because we got great marquees but horrible monitors, we got great monitors but horrible marquees, and back and forth, and it's just I hate to. I would love to be able to disagrry with that statement, but I can't. Inconsistency is the name of the game when it comes to Arcade 1-Up.
Yeah, we should never be taking steps backwards on these cabinets. You know, what I mean? When they came out with even the full coin doors, then they released another cabinet that didn't have a coin door. And again, it could have been in production long before, but it just doesn't look good when you take steps backwards. Again, I give Arcade 1-Up kudos for listening and making these improvements over the years, but it's just heartbreaking when they go backwards like that. This cabinet could have been the absolute best cabinet with just those small changes, and those changes aren't very expensive. That's the key. You know what I mean? You can say, okay, they gave you this, but they took away something because of cost. These things here are just poor quality control choices because there was no extra money for these things to be done right on this cabinet.
Stringer Films, $2. Blitz came from a factory with 8-year-olds and younger. Oh man, I know you're trying to be funny, but it's kind of mean. MG, this is a great question. Let's kind of wrap up the show here with this question. In my opinion, Star Wars. Star Wars is damn near perfect, except in my opinion, the fact that the Marquee was their first Lightbox Marquee. They did it for Star Wars and Golden Tee, the first Golden Tee, where you could actually see the cables through it because it's just a little bit washed out, so you could see the cables behind when it's turned on. But minus that little flaw, Star Wars was perfect in any way. The sound, the emulation, the controls, the cabinet design, the artwork. I can't find anything bad to say about the Star Wars cabinet. What about you guys? Which one is close to being 100% legit?
Well, I think it's pretty clear. Blitz.
Put Dr.
Blitz?
Freeman's, put Dr. Freeman's comment up there for me.
This one?
Yeah, because that goes in what we're saying here. So we'll keep that up there while you guys say what's the best cabinet you.
Yep.
I didn't buy Blitz or Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Okay, but the question was, Mike, which one of the cabinets are like 100% near perfect in your opinion? Like was
Star
Frogger
Wars.
perfect?
Star Wars. I already agreed with you. I'm going to stay with the same comment.
Okay. What about you, Fox?
I like the Marvel, the first Marvel superheroes. I thought that was a very beautiful cabinet. Again, it's missing all the things like coin doors and things like that of the new modern ones, but I thought they did an excellent job with that cabinet. One of the best ones I like, and obviously Tron is a really nice looking cabinet.
I gotta to not just say Star Wars, because I think I would probably agree with you. I think if there was a close second, it would probably be the Sanwa equipped limited edition Marvel superheroes cabinet. I think when you couple that original design with those great controls, the Marquee is pretty good, not bad. The games list is great. I think everybody's still jonesing for Punisher. So that was a really good cabinet.
I love this comment here by Nooner. What if this was true? It's not true, but what if it was true? What if they were like, you know what, Jimmy? We can't have them thinking every cabinet's going to be this good. You're out of here, Jimmy. Pack up your desk.
That's easier than making good cabinets.
Hey, John, go grab that guy under the bridge, underneath that bridge out there in San Francisco. Bring him in here. He's got to take over Jimmy's job here. Jimmy did too good. Oh man, that's so funny. I love that comment. He's
Jimmy.
too good. He's too good.
Poor Jimmy.
But
Jimmy. Never overachieve.
But on Dr. Freeman's comment there, I said this NFL Blitz could have been perfect with those small changes. That doesn't dismiss that it's a fun ass cabinet to play.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'd rather have a fun cabinet with some flaws than have a perfect cabinet that doesn't work or it's not going to do anything. But the game, they should get it right. But the cabinet is a lot of fun. I can't dismiss that.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm glad I bought it, and hopefully online comes on for you guys. I don't care about online.
Yep. So the Tinkerer wants to know where I'm going to be diddling. So I have to finish editing and post Glenn's spinner video for the Tron cabinet. Then I'm going to film in my garage my new pinball machine purchase video tomorrow, Saturday, and I want to get it edited and posted. And then Sunday, I'll be working on the arcade one up in Tech Gaming Nintendo Switch conversion kit. So yes, I'm very busy all weekend, plus hanging out with the wife and kid. So there you go. Rather have a fun cab with flaws and get out of here. You're done. We're done with you. I don't know if you guys read what he wrote, but it was literally blasphemy in 2022 occurred just now by Red Sea Gaming by saying that a cab with flaws is better than a perfect Cubert. What a jerk. What a jerk. She Lion's here. We love She Lion.
Oh,
she thinks Dragon's Lair is the most well-rounded in her.
Dragon's Lair is really good.
She could have been saying that Detroit Love is the most well-rounded as well. So,
I think that's what she meant. Absolutely.
I think she was talking about Dragon's Lair, not Detroit.
Probably was, but it's still
nice try.
No, I think
nice try.
It's
try.
It's obviously Detroit Love.
Yep. All right. So, guys, we have been going in 90 minutes, way longer than we thought we would, but we're going to keep going a little bit while longer because one of our favorites, Tyler Fisher, just sent us a super chat for $5. Carl, what is this one all about?
Just wanted to say thanks for bringing great content. We all know how much time, money, and money for the equipment and energy it takes to make the show. Appreciate it. Thanks, Tyler Fisher. Appreciate
Thanks, Tyler. We love Tyler. We love Tyler. All right. And then Papa Brad says Detroit Love is legit. Papa Brad, you are now a Benedict Arnold Brad. Way to go. Guess P-Dub's not legit anymore, huh? Thanks so much, Papa Brad. All right, we got to get out of here, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the podcast show, give us a thumbs up on the way out. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Subscribe to all the hosts. Special thanks to 19K Fox for coming in and filling Nostalgia's banana-stained seat. Thanks so much.
Oh, that's what that is. I didn't know what that was. Oh,
yep.
God.
And you got any final thoughts or plugs you want to give for yourself since you came on our show?
Thanks for having me, guys. Tune into my show, 9 o'clock Sunday. We're going to be talking about a whole bunch of stuff, including, maybe me admitting some mistakes I made in previous videos. Do you want to know what that is? Tune in.
I like that idea. That's actually a great video idea. Carl, whenever you're ready, send them on their way.
We have one more super chat from Stringer Films. Glad to see Nostalgia finally got a haircut.
And lost some weight. Yeah. All right, Carl, send them on the way.
Yeah, guys, definitely check out our channels. I put out a few videos this week here, just enjoying the Blitz. So if you're interested, definitely take a look. Check out all of our channels. And until next time, we'll see you on the web.
And don't forget to tune in to Chill and Chat on Monday with Michael B. We are contractually obligated to say that.